Hello, hello. I'm Juliana Hever, the plant-based dietitian, and this is the What Would Juliana Do Q&A. Today, I wanted to explore dining out. I get this question all the time. How do I eat out and eat my whole food plant-based diet? Well, of course, it's not completely under your control unless you're cooking it at home. But that said, there are still ways to kind of navigate eating out in the world. Nowadays, it's easier than ever, especially there are apps like Yelp and Happy Cow, so you could find a plant-based friendly restaurant anywhere around the world. I have randomly stumbled upon delicious plant-based menus in random places without even trying. So it's really the best time ever to have this as a possibility. Use those apps. Try to find something where you know there's gonna be something you could eat. So you could always check the menus ahead of time. That's pretty exciting too. You can look up exactly where you're gonna go and plan ahead so that you know that you have something to eat. There are other options too to think about. You know, if you're going out and you don't have control over the restaurant that you're going to, you can bring your food. You can actually skip a meal. You can just order a beverage and enjoy the company. That is a possibility that is nice to make peace with. So there's not always all that pressure that you have to have the best meal every single time you go out, even in circumstances that you don't have the control over. When you do have control, you could pretty much find something almost anywhere. It's rare that there's nothing you can eat. You know, even if you find something like a side dish, like a baked potato or a steamed vegetables or something like that, there's always something plant-friendly no matter where you go. Sometimes you end up with one of those awful wilty salads, and so that's not ideal either. But it depends on where you go. It's nice to have international cuisine. Sometimes I've had my favorite meals at places like Ethiopian restaurants or Mexican or Asian restaurants. There's so many delicious plant foods that are naturally there. Those are wonderful to gravitate towards. But again, like a steakhouse has the best side dishes. So you can have a wonderful array of different side dishes, a hodgepodge of your favorite things, and that could be a really substantial, delicious meal. It's important to plan, but you can't always plan exactly perfectly, and that's totally okay. I always put on my green goggles, I call them. So you want to scan the menu and read between the lines what's really in there. Whatever's on the menu means they have it at the restaurant. So if you're at, say, a steakhouse again, you can look at what they serve with the steak. Are they serving it with mushrooms? Are they serving it with greens? Are they serving it with cauliflower? And then you could put those together and ask nicely if the waitstaff will put together a different, whatever kind of plate of those different side dishes or those different ingredients that you found. So sometimes you have to be a little more creative than others, but it usually can work out. It's been very, very few times in my life, in the last 15 years of me being plant-based, that I haven't been able to find something on the menu that I can eat. Or worst case scenario, you just have, a sparkling water or whatever you want to drink and you enjoy everything else about the meal, except for maybe the meal. That's very rare. The really cool thing is that there are so many wonderful plant-based restaurants now. So you could find an entire restaurant where you could eat everything on the menu or most things on the menu. And that's happening more and more too. So it really is an extraordinary time to eat a whole food plant-based diet. And of course, it's always ideal to eat at home because then you get full control over the health and the ingredients of exactly what you would eat, but you can dine out and be okay. I hope that helps. Please share your favorite tips for dining out below in the comments or in my direct message box or via my website, plantbaseddietitian.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.